And there's today's project, a compass. The video for making this, I'll put a link in the doobly-doo, because it's a way to forge weld a right angle into flat bar. Not necessarily making a square, but to forge a right angle in flat bar. These are really just for decoration purposes only, and only a few people would probably forge them. If you want to see how to make a set of dividers, I suggest going to see John Switzer at Black Bear Forge's video. He made a real nice set of dividers that were a useful tool. Like I said, these are only pretty much for decoration. But they'll do just fine for that. Other than a little instructional video on how to set that rivet, there's not a lot of task there. Just a couple tapers, couple holes, a little bit of filing, setting a rivet, and that's it. Stay tuned if you want to see the making of a compass. Just as yesterday, I'm starting out with 1/2 by 1/8 inch material, only it's quite a bit shorter. I'll probably have to go to holding it with a set of tongs. Got a little bit of wind here this morning, so I'm using my auxiliary recorder, audio recorder, in hopes that I can cut down on the wind noise. So if there's wind noise on the camera, you'll be hearing this from the audio recorder. Now then, to start off, we'll get a short taper on here. And that's about enough of that. Let's do a little fire zoom in here. Now, for those of you who have been at this for a while, you already know this. Okay, as you can see now, colors ain't real good there, but you can see I've got a pretty good red heat on the whole end of that. Now, I don't want that tip to be hot, so I'm going to shove that up in there until it hits the other side of the fire pot. Now it's about halfway down the fire pot and right up against the other side, and it's starting to warm up a little bit, being short, but we got tongs. Now I'm going to heat this back up, and it will cool off on that tip. See how the end of that is now black? In the fire, it cooled off, and that's how you can control the temperature on a taper. You get that short taper started, you don't want that end to burn off. Just stick it in there to where it's up against the side of the fire pot, and it will cool off. When I did this yesterday, I learned that this distance right here was just about right for that set down, and that is 1 3/4 inches for those of you playing at home. It's good to use reference points on your anvil. That way you can just bring it out of the fire, set it on there, and do the set down. I'm going to put a mark on there, how long that is. I've drawn that out to there. So that the other side, I know to do the same. A little bit of a lump right there. There we go. Now we'll cut that off about right there. Not all the way through. There's no sense in getting real particular about how straight this is now, because after you get it riveted, it's not a big job to come back in and straighten it all out. So let's put that in the quench can there and make another one. And it's a real good idea to use reference points on your anvil. So for instance, if I want something that's 1 3/4 inches long, which I know this is going to be, I can go to there. This being a 1-inch hardy hole, it's 2 3/4 to that side. From hole to hole on the outside here is 8 inches. Take away one of them, it's 7, and in between them it's 6. Now because I marked that anvil on that first one, I know that I am drawn out there to the same length. Now we need to cut that off at approximately the same length as the other one. It really doesn't matter a lot because I'm going to do some file work back here after I get it riveted. But it'd be nice if it was close. So we can bring that out, set it right there like that. Put the edge of the flat face right where I want it to sit on that hot cut. And cut it off. Not all the way through, as before. Now, let's flatten that out. And compare the lengths. And those are pretty daggone close to being the same length. That's a little better. Give yourself just a little bit of tap to see where you're at to begin with. Then come back and set it. So I'll be back as soon as I get that drilled. Now I've got those holes drilled to a 1/4 inch, got my rivet. I need to cut that off 1.5 times the diameter of the rivet. It's a 1/4 inch rivet, so that's 3/8 of an inch. I'll do that with my hacksaw, so I'll be right back. Now then, time to rivet. A lot of times most of the time actually, 1/4 inch up to a 1/4 inch rivet. I'll cold set it. I'm going to go ahead and heat this one up. I'm going to put this side down in the fire to heat this side up, and then when I bring it out, I'm going to quench off this head so that I don't flatten it out a lot. It will get flattened out some doing it this way, but not a lot. Change out to my favorite riveting hammer. Set that down. Don't go too far before you start painting it round. Now for sure you can get a lot cleaner looking rivet with a rivet set. It's all according to who your customer is. Most of the time I am my customer. And I kind of like the looks of a hammered rivet. Now if I can get my little small cross beam out here, I can get that side there. Work down in. Now I'm just planishing that head. Then I'm going to go back and planish the other side the same way. I don't know if you noticed or not, but it did not flatten that rivet out very much. And a while ago I was talking about it. Now it's kind of senseless to get them perfectly straight because after you rivet you're going to have to do it again. Well, there's the case. Plus I need to heat that up and work these out a little bit to get that loosened up so that it works. So, my scrolling tongs here. Now we've got it worked loose. So now we can take it, open it up all the way, put those scrolling tongs in the bucket, and go ahead and flatten that back out. And my camera keeps crapping out on me. I think I might have to find me another battery or find me another camera. I just about got this all filed off, but you didn't need to see me filing anyway. There, I don't know how long my battery is going to cooperate with me. I got that all filed down now. So we'll put it back in the fire, give it a good wire brushing, straighten everything back out, put a finish it on it, and I think we'll call it a project. So there's the project all finished. A little bit closer here. Today's project was a compass, and we got that accomplished. We got that encompassed. And there's the square that we already forged to complete the set. So y'all take care, stay safe, wear your safety squints, put in your safety earplugs when you have to, and have fun out there. Later.